reposted a video by Dr. John Deloney. I love him. He is great. I just found him recently. He was talking about holistic wellness, that you cannot have spiritual health without mental health. You can't have mental health and positive mental health or positive spiritual health without positive physical health. And it really is true. Once I really woke up and I started doing the work, I would focus on one thing, but not really focus on the other. So one of the things that I think I focused on, but not necessarily in a positive way, was my physical health. So working out, my diet, all of those things, the energy behind why I was doing was unhealthy, because it was all ego driven. It was all inner childhood wounding. It was all a lack of self-worth. And I was working out at the gym because, I wanted to be thin and skinny so I could get a guy, or look good so I could have the right image to be able to succeed or to move forward in my professional life. Whatever it was never something that was really healthy, that I was looking at my body as like an overall temple that I needed to feed healthy things, right? So when I really started to wake up, I was doing a lot of spiritual work, and I was doing a lot of like mindset work or whatever it was, but I wasn't really feeding my body well. Like, I've always had a very toxic relationship with food and with alcohol, and again with body image and working out and exercising. So, like I said, I would work on this really, really hard, but then I would ignore this. And at the end of the day, if I worked on my mindset, but then I was putting, 2 glasses of wine in my body every single night, and I was eating fried foods and things chocked with gluten or red meat or whatever it was, I could only go so far in my progress. Like, I need my body to feel good. I need my brain to be operating at top level to be. Spiritual health, if you look up the definition of spirituality, it is connecting. Spirituality just means connecting to oneself that is not material or physical, and we are connecting to the invisible parts of ourself, the energy parts of ourself, our higher self. And so spirituality, in order to do that and to connect to all of that and to heal the things that people come in to heal or to fix or to get insight on, it comes from all perspectives of health. And so if somebody's like, I've been doing all of this therapy, I've been going to therapy for a really long time, and I've been trying all these things to work on my mindset or my mental health or my emotional health, but again, they're going out binge drinking on the weekends, you're combating what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So I posted that because it is really important, and I don't want people to get overwhelmed and think that you have to figure it all out at the same time, because it's really difficult to do that, and it's overwhelming, and if you set your goals that high, you will fail and you will give up. So you got to just do everything intuitively. Being aware is the most important thing. You just got to be aware, and you got to hold yourself accountable, and you got to take action. The work that you're doing on yourself really has to be intuitive, because there are some days that you don't want to do it. There are some days you're like, you set the goal at the beginning of the year, I'm going to be a vegetarian, or I'm going to eat clean, or I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week, or I'm going to go to therapy every single week. All of these things that you choose to do, and then something happens and you just aren't feeling it, it can derail you, and you have to give yourself space and grace and be able to say no even to yourself when things are not feeling good to do. So people ask me all the time, how often should I get Reiki? I said, you get it when you need it. So if you think that you need it, you come in. If you're not sure if you need it, call me, text me, we'll flush it out. But you gotta do things in your life intuitively. And it's not just about saying no to people, places, and things outside of yourself, but sometimes that monkey mind brain that you had, the ego mind, the wounded inner child that tells you that you're not enough, that you're a loser, that if you don't do this, then you're gonna fail. You gotta also say no to that sometimes and be okay with just taking a break. So don't look at that post, and don't look at this post as saying that you have to conquer and climb this huge mountain of all of these things, mental, spiritual, emotional, physical. Just integrate a little bit. Just integrate a little bit. If you want to focus on one thing, and it's all right, I want to integrate vegetables into my, more vegetables into my diet every single day, and that's your big thing. And then your little thing is okay, I'm going to read, 3 pages of a book that is going to feed my mental health. Okay, great. You know what I mean? Don't feel like you have to do it all at one time. okay? So just take care of yourself. Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual is all part of being spiritual, and you can't have one. You can't have overall health without taking care of all of it.